On today's show, we're burning up with a fever. Hay fever. Not the kind that makes your eyes itchy and makes you sneeze, but the kind that makes outdoorsy folks burn to get out there and cut the grass, make that hay, bale it, and stack it with a fervor like nothing else. Our two contestants will battle it out with big machines and old-fashioned hay hooks to see who can quench their hay fever and come away with $1,000 in prize money and the title of the Hay Bale Boss. A storm's a-brewin' on this episode of Tough Grit. Dip and lift and heave and straighten and dip and lift and heave and straighten.
Shannon, are you all right?
Oh, hey, Caleb. No, I'm just practicing for today's unique challenge. And if I were you, I'd make sure you were on my boat because I'm going to win. And dip and lift. And
I see. Shannon, you're not going to be baling water in today's episode.
We're not?
No, we're not talking about that type of baling. We're going to be working with hay bales.
Hay bales?
That's right.
I can barely tread water, but I don't think I can tread hay. Do you think we should put a cow in the boat just in case we spring a leak?
How about you just follow my lead and I'll try to make sure you don't get hurt?
Oh, thank you. I'd hate for you to have to do mouth to mouth.
Me too. Maybe you purchased a few acres recently and you're interested in adding livestock to your land, but you're not quite sure what type of hay is right for your animals.
Maybe you're not certain if you need round bales of hay or two-string bales. And what's the best way to move those heavy things around anyway?
Perhaps you're even interested in selling and buying hay. Whatever your making and moving hay experiences, we've all found ourselves in a big pile of tough grit.
That's where we come in. I'm Shannon Riley.
And I'm Caleb Regan. Today, we're going to give you the tools and techniques you need to get your haying needs done right the first time.
And we're going to throw in a little neighborly competition just for fun. Let's meet our hay-tossing contestants.
From Atchison, Kansas, our first contestant is Dylan Soph. He and his wife, Kara, and daughter, Adriana, enjoy gardening. They also intend to kick off a small chicken operation soon.
A small chicken operation, huh? I once performed a small chicken operation. I called it lunch.
Our second contestant is Ryan Bernasic from Valley Falls, Kansas. Ryan comes from a farming background, has his degree in counseling, and lives on 80 acres with his wife, Beth, and their son, Luke. They also have another baby on the way.
I want to tell Ryan how excited we are to have him here. I also want to tell him he's going to have a great time today. But what I really should tell him is don't sit next to Hank during lunch. He'll try to steal your dessert.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Tough Grit.
It's time to find out what your Tough Grit project is. Your challenges today are moving round hay bales by tractor and loading two-string square bales by hand.
For the first challenge, you'll be using a compact tractor with front and rear hay attachments to move two different round bales into hay rings.
And if you can spike these bales really well, I want you to be on my volleyball team.
The second challenge today is using hay hooks or your bare hands to load two-string square bales onto a trailer and transport them. The trick here is you have to stack carefully because we won't use any straps or tie downs.
Hay hooks? Did you make that term up, Caleb? Hay hooks sounds like the way a pirate greets his captain. If loading or stacking hay bales is a new chore for you, we brought in some experts to give you some great advice.
Our first expert is editor-in-chief of Grit Magazine, the ruler of rural knowledge, Hank Will.
Hank is amazing. I've never seen him at a loss for words, though I keep hoping.
And our second expert today is the knowledgeable store manager from Selma, North Carolina. Welcome, Sherry Wheeler.
Sherry is ready to pick up victories for both challenges today, as well as pick up the title of Hay Bale Queen. Now if we can just get her to pick up the check for lunch.
We also have a special guest today. Brandon Back is the Tractor Supply Company forage buyer, and he's here today to answer some questions on selling hay.
These experts will give you advice and encourage you on to complete your challenges.
You must adhere to our 3 criteria of accuracy, efficiency, and safety, and whomever does that the best will go home with up to a $1,000 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
And if you stack your hay bales high enough, I might move in at the top. I've always wanted to live in a hay loft.
Our contestants will also get to use some great equipment today, like the Kubota compact tractor with a front and rear hay attachment, a 7x12 foot carry-on trailer, hay rings, and hay hooks.
Before we go to our first hay bale challenge, let's go to our experts to find out the best way to move these giant Tootsie Rolls of hay.
Dylan, medium round and large round bales have become more the norm on larger operations, and it's because you can move more hay more efficiently, more easily. A lot of different tools that you can use to move that hay. One of the most sort of convenient is a bale spear that you mount to the front end loader of your tractor.
There are spear designs that take advantage of both the 3-point hitch and the front end loader. They both have their pros and cons. The 3-point hitch is more stable and has a low center of gravity and actually balances the front end loader so it won't tip.
The front end loader comes in really handy if you want to stack your round bales or if you want to load them directly into a bale ring without having to lift the ring at all. But when you're using a front end loader with a heavy weight like a bale on it, you want to be sure that you've got a tractor that's equipped with a rollover protection system, and you want to be sure that you have your seat belt on so that if that tractor gets upset, you won't get hurt.
And keep that loader as low to the ground as you can, especially when you're traveling and moving bales, and on uneven ground it can cause you to tip over. And it's going to take you a couple practices before you actually can set that bale where you want to, and use common sense and safety practices and you'll be fine.
Hank, I've heard people don't like round bales because they fall apart and don't get used completely.
Well, you know, it is true that if you just set a round bale out in the pasture or whatever, the corral, the animals will probably play in it, they'll tear it apart, they'll eat a lot of it, but they'll waste a lot of it too. You can minimize the waste if you set the bale in a feeder like a bale ring that we've got here. This keeps the animals from actually tearing it apart. They basically will eat at least most of it.
A hay ring lets an animal eat without stomping all over their food. And a hay ring ensures that your hay gets eaten and you're not wasting your money.
What if I need this in a different spot? Is it easy to move?
Sure it is. It actually can take one person. You can tip it up and roll it wherever you want to.
Let the hay hauling begin. For our first challenge, Ryan and Dylan will be using Kubota compact tractors with front and rear hay attachments. Impressive.
Each contestant will have to hop on a tractor, then come to the top of the hill and pick up 2 large round bales, one on the front and one on the back. They'll drop that first one off in their first hay ring, and then move down to the bottom of the hill to a pre-marked spot and drop off the second large round bale. From there, they'll get off on foot and go back up and grab their second hay ring, and then they'll have to roll it downhill, placing it over the top of that second large round bale. All hay rings have to be flat on the ground and right side up, and no round bales can be leaning against those hay rings. First one done wins.
Experts can plot a strategy for success and give advice along the way, but they can't assist in driving and they can't do any of the labor themselves. Well, now that's my kind of job.
Make sure you use all the safety equipment provided and a little common sense. It's all about accuracy and efficiency here, but we're going to tack on 30 seconds for any unsafe tactics. Good luck to you both. Ready, set, go!
Put your seatbelt on. Let's go, high rod. All right.
Raise the loader by pulling back.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll find out whose bales prevail and whose bales fail, right here on Tough Grit.
Daunting as it may sound, our ancestors routinely made hay by hand and put away many tons of it for winter feeding. You can too, if you're ready to trade that gym membership for some real work. In the past few years, I've put up close to 5 tons a season using this easygoing approach. In the mornings when the dew is still on the grass, sharpen your scythe and mow as much as you can in about an hour. Once you get the hang of it, your efforts will yield lovely swaths of mowed forage. Let the swaths dry for a day or two in the sun, turn them with a wooden hay rake if the hay isn't drying evenly. When dry, rake the hay into piles and pitch it into the back of your pickup or onto a wagon or tarp and haul or drag it back to the barn where you can pile it out of the weather. Once you get the process going, you can scythe in the morning, rake and haul the hay that's ready in the evening, and turn any swaths that need turning. Keep at it for a month, and you'll find that your stack is sufficiently large to keep the animals going through the winter months, and you just might need a shorter belt.
Welcome back to our first challenge. Our 2 contestants are moving ground bales and working with hay rings. This one's all about speed, but they must be accurate in getting those bales into the rings.
And it's not as easy as it looks. The only ring I can easily make is the one around my bathtub.
All right, make sure it's even. All right.
Yep, straight back into it. Yep, you're good. You're up your line up. Just slam it. A little bit more. Okay, raise it up now.
They both raise their bales. You know, in my family, that means something different.
Up, up. Come on, up, up.
Okay, now push it toward me.
Okay.
Good.
Come on. Awesome, awesome. All right.
Okay, full speed down here.
He's beating you, Pokey.
Here. Keep driving, just keep driving. Okay, spin around. Shut her down. You're doing great, you're doing great.
Both contestants heading up to the hay rings at about the same time. It's going to turn into who can roll it down there quickest. Ryan's got his hay ring up.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh God, yeah, go, 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 go.
You guys got to be careful or else we'll have a runaway hay ring on our hands.
Don't let that drag you down the hill. Slow down.
Okay, flip it, flip it.
Oh, you tore it the cone.
Just do it, quick, 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 quick.
Got it. That's it.
Come on up here,
guys,
everybody.
come on in here.
Great competition. Caleb, I think we have a winner.
Great job by both teams. I think we ended up with some round bales that are ready for the livestock. You guys reached the hay rings at about exactly the same time. Dylan, you were just able to walk yours down, put it over your bale a little quicker. You just won yourself a $500 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
Congratulations, Dylan. So how did you roll to victory?
Well, I'd have to say the strategy by Hank helped quite a bit.
Well, excellent. Now, you lost, but you're not going to bail on us, right?
No, I'll get him this next round.
That's what we like to hear.
Stay tuned, because up next, we're going to be stacking 2-string square bales in our second challenge.
We're going to be making hay while the sun shines, right here on Tough Grit.
Welcome back. Our contestants, Ryan and Dylan, along with our experts, Hank and Sherry, are getting some hay selling tips from Brandon Back, the TSC forage buyer.
So Brandon, what kind of forages do you guys carry?
Over the past year, we've expanded our offering of forage to our customers. We've designated a full aisle just to forage in our stores. We are selling cubes, pellets, chopped hay, as well as compressed bales. We also have over 600 stores selling 2-string hay through our drop trailer program.
What type of 2-string bales of hay are offered at Tractor Supply?
We have regionalized our 2-string hay program to the type of hay that is naturally grown to the region. This allows our customers to continue feeding the same type of hay they've always fed or have on pasture. In the southwest and southeastern states, we are selling coastal Bermuda grass. In our northeastern stores, we're selling Timothy orchard grass hay. In our Midwest stores, we're selling alfalfa grass mix.
So Brandon, sometimes our customers ask about supplying hay to TSC. So what do you look for in a supplier?
Charity, quality is number one. Our suppliers have to be able to put up quality hay. Also, our suppliers have to have semi-van trailers. We look for suppliers who are able to deliver us hay through our drop and swap program. We want the supplier to deliver 2-string hay to our stores in semi-van trailers, leave the trailer at the store so that we can sell the hay out of the trailer and use the trailer as storage. Once the trailer is empty, they bring us a new trailer full of hay and pick up their empty trailer.
So, say a customer has several horses and they want to buy a large amount of hay. Do they get a discount?
Great question, Dylan. We consider our 2-string and bagged hay programs the same as our feed and pet food. If a customer wants to buy 20 or more bales of 2-string hay, we'll give them a 5% discount. They can also mix and match their baled hay with the bagged forage along with feed and pet food. As long as they're buying 20 more bales or bags, we'll give them that 5% discount.
Thanks for coming, Brandon.
Thanks,
Thanks for being here, Brandon.
Thanks, Hank. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Dylan, we got to get ready for challenge 2, which involves loading these small square bales into a flatbed trailer. Now, these particular bales weigh about 70 to 75 pounds. So you want to be sure that if you're lifting off the ground that you're using your legs and not your back for everything. We will have some hay hooks available like this that you can use to help yourself get a hold of them and give you some leverage.
To be stable, make the corners of your stack square and alternate your directions to keep it together. And if you don't and you stack them straight, they could collapse.
And bale collapse can be really dangerous. In general, when you're stacking bales, you don't want to stack them any higher than half again as tall as their shortest side. So if you've got a 10 by 20 foot stack, you can go maybe 15 feet high.
And now it's time to stack and load those bales. For this challenge, our contestants are going to have to stack and load 25 2-string bales onto a trailer and drive them across uneven terrain to a finish line.
Be sure to make your stack carefully, because you'll have to stop and pick up any bales you lose on the way to the barn.
You can use the hay hooks if you want, but your coaches can only give you advice and drive during the loading. They cannot stack or lift.
This is a time challenge, and Dylan's going first. So that neither contestant has an advantage, Ryan will be unable to watch. Good luck. Ready, set, go.
Seatbelt.
It's raining, so they better make it hasty.
Dylan's out. Got his first hay bale in hand.
I wonder if he'll find that needle I left out there.
He's got 5 in the trailer. Looking like he's wearing down a little bit already. This is a pretty grueling challenge. It's going to come down to endurance.
Are we at 10?
2, 4, 6, 8. This will be 10.
Okay, cool. All right, don't forget to use different digits on your gloves there.
Very good.
And he's got his first row in the back of the trailer. Driving on the right side of those bales, giving Dylan an open clearing past those guards on the trailer. When this challenge started, he was really hustling from hay bale to hay bale. Now, it's more of a lope.
It's tough challenges like this that I remember. Thank goodness I'm just the host.
Moving on to his last row. Looks like it's going to get to a point where he's going to have to stack them 3 high. That'll be tough.
There you go. Yeah, you're stacking good. Alternating is the best. It's going to hold the pile together. Perfect. Perfect. You got 4 to go. Get your knee into it. Yeah, there you go. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. That knits the pile together. That's right. That's perfect. 2 more to go. 1 more to go. That's it. Okay, that's a really sound load, so just jump in and bring us back.
They'll have to switch drivers, so Dylan will bring it back across the finish line. He's got them loaded. Got a little buck there. Stack looks nice and secure. And time. Well, Dylan did a great job on that challenge. Now we'll see if his time can stand.
We're gonna see if Ryan can stack them higher and tighter when we return to Tough Grit.
There is no one best hay for your animals. Just like humans, they will benefit greatly from a balanced diet of different plants. Grass hay, such as timothy or orchard grass, generally contains less protein than legume hays like alfalfa or clover. On the other hand, grass hay often contains trace minerals that legume hay lacks. At the very least, you should consider providing both grass and legume hay. Older animals and less active animals need less of the protein that the legume hay provides, but younger, more active animals will thrive on a diet that is a little richer in alfalfa or clover. Check with an animal nutrition specialist when choosing what grasses to grow for forage. No matter what hay you decide to feed your livestock, make sure you provide them with the supplements they need. At the very least, your animals will benefit from access to a salt block during the summer to help them replace electrolytes they lose in the heat. During colder weather, a little more alfalfa or other rich feed will help replace the energy they burn to keep them warm.
And now it's back to challenge number 2. It's starting to rain, and we're ready to pick up those bales, put them on a trailer, and drive them across a bumpy terrain to a finish line.
They also have to be careful that they don't lose any bales. If they do, they'll have to stop and pick them up. It's Ryan's turn now. Good luck. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Cut.
They could have started a little closer to the hay bale.
Just get her close. Keep coming.
You got it?
Yep.
Tell me when.
There you go.
Okay. Ryan's got 3 in the back.
Got it?
That's 4 in the 4x4, so that's 16. He's almost done.
Somehow your math doesn't seem right.
Okay, stacking good?
I carried the 1. It's got a different stacking style. It's more of a, well, I hope that stays up there style.
Now he's going to readjust it. I think he heard you.
Well, my voice does carry.
You doing all right? You crossing them like a puzzle?
I'm good.
Putting them in the corner?
But an adjustment should save him some labor.
That took some time, though.
Now he's walking.
Hey, man walking. He's finally hit the last straw.
One more row.
Come down on this side, to the inside.
He's hit the lope stage. Moving on to that last row.
Three more. Come on, one more. Now be careful because it will slide. You did good. Oh, come on, baby. Let it up a little bit, it'll get it. Oh, come on. Good. Watch we don't lose anything.
Time! All right, guys.
Great job, everybody. Come on in here. That was fantastic. Now, but I think we have a winner, huh, Caleb?
Great job by both teams. Dylan, you finished in a time of 9 minutes, 27 seconds. That's an awesome time, especially considering the conditions. Ryan, you just did it 30 seconds quicker, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. So you just won yourself a $500 gift card at Tractor Supply Company.
Thanks.
Congratulations. What do you think made the difference in that challenge?
Losing the first round, actually. It's a source of pride kind of came over me, and having Sherry push me really made the difference.
Well, excellent. All right. Well, Dylan, you also won the first challenge, so you get a $500 gift card from Tractor Supply.
Thank you very much.
What are you going to get with your winnings?
Well, the wife and daughter would like some mud boots, some pink mud boots, so looks like I'll be buying them something.
All right, well, that's perfect for a day like today, huh? And if you're sitting at home wondering if you stack up and want to be a part of the Great Rural America Challenge, here's how you can become a contestant on Tough Grit.
To sign up, go to toughgrit.com and click on the I Can Do That button, or look for the advertisement in Grit Magazine. So now you know almost everything you need to know about moving and stacking hay. If you'd like to learn more, visit toughgrit.com. Thanks for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Hey Shannon, what are you doing with that hay bale?
Well, it's defective. The balers did it all wrong. It's too thin and too tall. You're brilliant.
I'm Caleb Regan.
And I'm Shannon Riley. And when you see us coming, you know you're in
Tough Grit.